MG Rob back with you again. We're now 2 weeks and 2 days out from the first event. I got 90%, 95% of all the paint stripped off the car that I'm going to strip off. And now it's time to start metal work. Now on this quarter panel over here, I did find a bunch of Bondo in the back side of the quarter here where I had never touched it before and didn't know about it. So we got some rust here to deal with too, as well as all of this rust. So now I just got to figure out exactly how I'm going to tackle it and get going on it. So this may sound a little crazy considering the time frame I'm working with and the fact that my engine is still sitting right there and I haven't switched any of the stuff over yet, and the transmission is not quite put together yet, but I have been saving these outer wheel houses for years just for exactly what I'm doing right now in this car. So it looks like at least on the one side that's really bad here, I'm going to probably change the outer wheelhouse and build a new quarter panel from scratch. Well, let's see how this goes. So now it's time to start cutting. Now before I get started, yes, I know I do not have a guard on this. I am so used to using no guard because there's so many instances where I can't get in to cut something when it has a guard on it that I just got used to using it, and I've been doing this for so many years. That's just the way I do it. So don't try this at home, kids. I'm a professional idiot, okay? So the outer wheelhouse isn't actually quite as bad as I expected it was going to look. Now when I put this car together many years ago and put the rockers in it, I never actually welded in the outer wheelhouse into the ends of the rockers because I was expecting that my repair was just temporary and I would come back and do exactly what I'm doing now. So before I cut the wheelhouse out, I need to take some reference measurements of exactly how wide it is in the wheel well. So when I put my new one in there, I get the width I'm looking for. So I'm going to use these points here as my reference points because they'll be the same place on both wheel wells. I couldn't get a good measurement one-handed, but I got 10 3/8 at the back side and 10 5/8 at the front side. So now I got something to work with. All right, well, now I have the outer wheelhouse out of the car. And then the new replacement one all cleaned up and ready to go back in. Now I have the outer wheelhouse welded in place. I did weld it in so that it gives me a little bit more room than I had before, so that my autocross tires don't rub anymore. Now, due to the fact that I'm on such a time crunch, I'm not taking the time to film everything I'm doing. I'm just catching the highlights for you today. So with the sheet metal that I have available here at the shop right now, I'm going to have to make the quarter in 2 pieces, which is just fine with me because it's actually a bit easier to make that way. Alright, I got the basic shape of the front part of the quarter panel down. And I've got it marked right around this edge here on the inside where the wheel lip is supposed to be. And I'm going to ease that flange over using glass pliers. Then I'm going to shrink and stretch as needed to get the curve to fit the car. So now I got the shape somewhat close, but I do need to work this edge right here quite a bit to get a nice round edge there. But the shape this way is pretty close. Alright, so now I got a pretty good fit around the wheel well. Now I just need to trim it to fit up against the door and just below the body line where I'm going to be welding it.